I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of Dallas, Texas. Okay, you would think the word or the state Texas means, hey, I have a gun, but not always. All right, and it's very evident. The title reads, Attempted carjacking in Dallas ends in shooting. One suspect killed, police say. Now, before we get into the story, guys, please, if you don't mind, like, comment, subscribe. Remember, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we are moving up. We are growing. It's slow, but we are growing. Okay? Hit me on Twitter. I have a bunch of conversations there. Truth Social, and evenminds.com. So, let us begin with today's story.
Are investigating an attempted carjacking that ended with two people shot, one of them shot to death. It happened outside a gas station in Oak Cliff. Here's Damon Fernandez.
Witnesses tell me that carjacking happened right back here under these bays. Some neighbors tell me the crime isn't so surprising. You could see Dallas police blocking off an area outside the Quick Trip gas station on Ledbetter and I-35 at Glen Oaks Crossing in Oak Cliff on Wednesday, moments after an alleged carjacking ended in a shooting.
I heard multiple. It's like fully automatic. It was like
William Hughes says he was nearby when the gunfire caught his attention. According to police, 3 suspects attempted to rob a man at gunpoint. They say the victim shot 2 of the men in self-defense.
I seen a youngster grab another youngster and put him in the car, and then but his feet was still hanging out, and they drove off and tried to make the turn. The door was still open.
The suspect.
Guys, let me stop it there. So what we have here is these jokers tried to rob him, 3 of them. Okay, 3 jokers tried to rob this man, not this guy here, but a particular man who they haven't highlighted, and that man was able to shoot 2 of them out of the 3. Okay, don't know if that man got hit in the process and all the eruption of gunfire, but guys, this is the kind of things that I like hearing about, okay? And people have made the comment that, hey, we don't have this use of self-defenders or defensive gun use in our country. We do, and this is why we cover it, and this is why this channel exists, to highlight it, okay? We have people regularly using their firearms in self-defense, and this is a case here. We see it in Texas, we see it around the country, okay? So that means guys, that this particular person was able to have a sound mind, shoot these 2 jokers, and put them on their way so that they don't steal his vehicle, that they do not rob his property, and even he protects his life. Okay, guys, this is a clear-cut case of self-defense, in my opinion. All right, and the police have highlighted that, but let's see what else is happening in this story.
Sped from the scene. According to police, they drove to Methodist Charlton Hospital, where investigators say one of the suspects died from his injuries. Police say the other suspects sustained non-life-threatening injuries and are currently in custody. Some people who live in the area say neither the carjacking nor shooting is surprising.
It's always problems in this area. I mean, the violence is always. Just last night, we got the helicopters flying around looking for people.
Let me stop it there. So this guy knows that there's always issues there. Everybody in that neighborhood knows there's always issues there. You know, one of the things that we must know as self-defenders, okay, if we know there's a particular bad area, if you don't live there, there's no reason to be there, okay, at all. Okay, I understand there's emergency cases. In this case, maybe this guy lives around this area. Okay, so he carries a firearm for self-protection, right? And so he was able to use it in self-defense. And I always find it interesting that these jokers, as soon as they get shot up, they want to go straight to a hospital and get helped. One of them didn't make it. The other one is there, and he's getting patched up. Where'd the other guy go? He's gone. It's unbelievable, right? And I would say, and this would be pretty cruel, and I know doctors can't do this, but man, I'd be like, dude, you shot somebody, you got shot trying to take somebody's vehicle? Oh, you're on your own. But I know we can't do that, right? That'd be too wrong. We don't celebrate life. I mean, we don't celebrate death, right? So, but imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. Let's say they shot that man. He's bleeding out. They're gonna take him to the hospital? They'd let him bleed out. Oh, I know it. They would. This is the difference between a bad guy and a good guy. And it did take a good guy to get rid of these bad guys. One of them is erased. One of them is in the hospital. One of them is on the run. And guess what? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. We should celebrate this. That this good guy was able to protect himself. Fantastic. Good job, sir. You are a good guy. Let's move on.
As for the victim, investigators say the man drove home and called police. Officers also checked his vehicle. Now, according to police, this remains an ongoing investigation. In Dallas, I'm Damon Fernandez.
Well, guys, I think that is something I'm a little perplexed on why they needed to check the victim's vehicle for what. You know, I would have told them, like, look, boss man, no, not unless you got a warrant. You're not checking my vehicle. You don't need to check my car for what. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think about this? Okay, I think this is another case of a good guy with a gun, right? And it's always great to see that someone can defend themselves. Guys, think about that moment. If you've been in that moment, you've been in a period of fear, and then to act in that moment of fear is it's always fascinating to me, because so many people could freeze. You know, who knows? Maybe I could freeze. I've never been in that situation, right? Been in situations where definitely fear was a component, and luckily I acted, but never in a position where I had to defend my life. Hope I'm never in that situation. I don't want to shoot anyone. I don't want to kill anyone. Okay, but guys, that is not the world we are living in. So that is why we carry. That is why we have all these tools among us. This is why we have all these things that we can watch and read and train. As for this purposes. For all of these purposes. So when we meet these jokers outside that want to take something from us that's not theirs, we can respond. And we can respond in kind. And because as good guys, as self-defenders, as good Samaritans, as overall good guys have guns. Good guys should always have guns. And if good men do nothing, there will be no good guys.